Okay, let's get this show on the road. Well, these are images. I have chosen a random column somewhere on the moon just to see what I can find. And I went through 103 pictures. There was more in that column, but I decided to stop there because I already got 16 pictures. But I got 32, I got the original, and then I got where I went through Photoshop to see if I could enhance some features. And just to refresh your memory, that each image that you're looking at is an area that is 4004.21 square miles, meaning the latitude horizontal is 89.3 miles and vertical is 44.84 miles. So as you can see, this is a very large area we're looking at here, very big. So let's just get into it and zoom in. This is the original. So in order to go to, so just remember what you see when you say this is the original. So I'm going to click that one out because that one is not so important right now. So I'm taking this one out, and there it is. And here you can see already a lot of stuff is standing out. We can go up here in the left corner here. As I have said many times, they always come in threes, and if you look right there in this area here, we got threes. If you look here, you can see there is an order to it. You can see we have squares. We got a square right there, and unfortunately this one is not painting to fix, so let's try this one right there. We got a square right there, and we also got a square down here. And if you look down here in this area here, you can see there's a cube right there, and you can see there is an array, and you can see there are structures here. So if I go in and do a magnifying tool and just go in here, you can see it. It gets a little blurry, but you can still see that there is something here. Absolutely. And let's just go out again and go back to paint tool. I think that will be, no, that was not it, is it? Brush tool, let me see. Yeah, it is. Okay, it turned into a square. It was a circle before that. I don't know why. It doesn't matter. But you can see that we have a lot of square boxes, cubes. Not so much round objects, but absolutely cubes. And just for the heck of it, let's zoom in right here. Where was it? I was looking right there. You see that? And then let's go back to the brush tool. You can clearly, now it's a circle again. You can clearly see here and there and there, and then we go in there, and then we got a straight angle there, and then it follows all the way up here. That's clear to the naked eye. But if I go backwards a little on that one, you can see there's an object standing right there. It actually looked like kind of like what we would see here on planet Earth, a water tower. And if you look here, you can see it's square boxes. This is buildings. And I'm not gonna speculate in what these buildings are, what function they have, but you can see there's a big building right there. I can't get it any closer. Maybe if I do this, sharpen, that makes it a little grainy. So we are not going to do that. Let's see, filter, sharpen, sharpen X, sharpen more. Well, it don't really work. You see, it gets too pixelated. So let's take that one out and go back again, filter and texture stylish. Let's try this for just for the fun of it and see what happens. Okay. Now that destroyed the entire image. So let's not do that again. But you can clearly see undo state change. Oh, do it. Step backwards. There. And I'm actually not satisfied with this color. Let's go in and choose that one. Maybe yellow will be a little better. No, it's still red. So let's choose it. Go. Oh, let's try green. It might stand out better. Yeah. Nah. I don't know. Well. But as you can see here, we are dealing with squares. Absolutely. We got structures here. Square there, square there, there's squares everywhere. And you can clearly see that. So let's go to the next original image that looks like this. And when you look at it, you don't see anything. You just look like, well, this is just sand, right? There's nothing here. Oh, nothing could be further from the truth. And again, we have it here. We got squares everywhere. We got one right there, box right there. Right? This don't work. Why doesn't it work? Let's just go all red. Might be better. But as you see, we got a green box over here, or a red box. And we got, if you look here, we got a shape going like this and up around, and on top of this is sitting a square, a building, a structure of sorts. And in here, right there, which is supposedly to be a crater, but in reality it's an elevation. And we got stuff on there, squares again, all over the place. Squares all over the place here in this area here, down there. And you can see the elevations now. You can see here, if you go back to the cut tool, you can see that here you got an outline here of a plateau right there. And on top of this plateau is sitting a box. Let's just call it a box because that's what it is. It's a box. It's a building of sorts. And you see them here. They're all over the place. Right there in this area here. Let's zoom in on that. If it'll allow it. Right there. You can see it with the naked eye. It's all over. And for some weird reason, or for very good reasons, NASA has decided that we cannot see what is there. So they have, in their development of the image, overexposed it so that the image as an original will look like this. Well, spectacular in itself, but you can't see anything. And this is the original. So now we go to where I altered a little on it, and I'm actually using, once in a while I'm using levels, and I'm using brightness. I also use an inversion of the image in order to see if I can pull anything out, and I can. So now we got right there again. So if you look up here, again we see that we got squares. Let's move this toolbox. There, we got boxes again in different elevations in the landscape. You can clearly see it. There is no mistake about it. And there will be a lot of these flat earthers that will say, yeah, but God only made two lights. Yeah, but God didn't define what he meant by these two lights, did he? Did he tell you exactly what it was? No, he did not. And the moon is hollow. It's artificial. Someone is in control of the environment up here. And I'm pretty sure that these beings are not our friends. You can see there is squares here, right there, going right there. You can see there is kind of like, it looks like, yeah, go to Houston, we got a bin sitting right there, meaning that's a cylinder. Let's zoom out again because it's too pixelated. So let's go out. But it's clear, it's very clear to you. Down here, right there, let's go in there and see if we can pull it out. You can see that there's a complex of sorts here. There's no question about it. And this is one giant complex. And if you go in and do the brush tool again, and if I'm good at it, you can see it's following like this. And going in here, and then it goes down into a square, going there and follow over there. What it is, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Boxes again here. Lots of them. Everywhere. And I have no idea who's behind this, other than I'm pretty sure that they are not our friends. Is there anything over here that is... yeah, box again. And another box. Boxes. All over. Everywhere. And let's zoom out again. It's too close. That's the whole image. And this is 4,000 square miles. And we've agreed from there to there we're dealing with 89 miles, almost 90 miles. So imagine how freaking huge some of these buildings are. They're just gigantic. Unfortunately here I could not pull out. I'm not too proficient when it comes to Photoshop. I'm just trying my way and see if anything stands out, and a lot of things stands out. And we can go here and you can see there is a distinct feature right there, going this way, going that way, and it's going back again, going this way, and ends there to a circle right there. And if you follow it all the way around, goes in here and then it goes in an arch, perfect arch over there, and follow up and here and up again. That's an unusual shape, don't you think? And right next to it we got another box. It's all over the place. I mean, it's just nuts. Enough of that. Next one. Nothing to see, right? Definitely here. There's something here NASA don't want us to see. So, of course, I'm curious, and then it turns white. This is an inversion of an image. So it looks very different. But why is this getting this color? That I'm a little puzzled about. So let's zoom in again, see if what it was I was looking at here. Yeah, again we got them. Boxes, a lot of boxes down here in this area. Buildings, boxes, period. And we can go over there and see we got something sitting here. It seems a little pixelated, a little not 100% in focus, but this is the best images that I could possibly get. If I went one step closer when I was collecting all these images, this would be what I see, and I can't use that for anything because I can't work with it. So I had to compromise and say, okay, This is the sharpest I can get, and a lot of stuff is standing out here. It's looking pretty crisp. So this is another original image, and then I just took a little levels out on this one, and something really burned into my eye right there, and that is that thing there. Can you tell me what that is? You see that? It's a rectangle with squares inside it. Either it is hollow or not. I don't know. Let's zoom out so it's not so blurry, and see if you can see it right there. And you can see over here in this image right there. Let's zoom in again. There is no question about we are looking at something here. Perfect square right there. We got almost like a swastika right there. You can clearly see this shape right here. It's just standing out right there, and I don't know what it is. Of course I don't. All I can do is just have a look at it and see what is, you know, like a sore thumb in my eye, because you can see on an image like this that this is not natural. You can see over here this is not natural. This is a perfect angle. Perfect. So let's hop to the next one. This is another original, and there not much kind of stand out, but just wait and see here. Oh, what happened there? Oh, I didn't do much to it. But if you look down there, we got again some peculiar shapes. We got angles, and this just don't come in nature. I'm convinced of that. This is not natural. There's a lot of stuff in here. Look at this. I don't know if you can play with it in some form or fashion. Let's try brightness and contrast and see if there's anything, if you can pull it a little. There. You see that? You see all these strange shapes? I mean, there's a system to this. All this stuff here. It is peculiar looking. And these blue gerbils, I have no idea what they are, but one of my subscribers from Louisiana, Mr. OTP, I think his name is. I don't even know if it's he or she, but I get comments often, and it's good morning or good evening, and sometimes an explanation. And he or she was talking about these blue gerbils. Well, that's the color, blue gerbil, that's what this color is called. And he or she was talking about that these might be plasma generators. That's a possibility. I mean, nothing is impossible, right? So there's a lot of stuff going on with plasma generators then, because we got a ton of these blue gerbils. And here's another original. So let's zoom in on that one, and this one in itself looks peculiar. And here we can actually see that there is vertical structures, and you zoom in on it again, go closer. What is this? You can see with the naked eye. You get this one here going like this, zigzagging over, and then it continues up here, and then it continues up and then down, and then we got another one going that way and that way, and then it continues up there, forming a square here, and then it continues, stops, and continues. Oh, this one you can go back from, and it continues like this, and then it shoots down. And this one is just one long unbroken one. Whatever that is, I don't know. And another unbroken one right there. And we got something here too. It's hard to determine what it is, but it's clear that there is a structure to this, and we're not going to save it. And then another one I took out here. Here I just manipulated a little on the tones, because it was standing out right there. What is that? You see this? It's a little too thick, so we take it number 3 there, and it goes like this. Oh, color. Good. Okay. So it goes down, and then it continues. Now it's too thin. And we got a straight angle there. We got right there. And here again, another straight line. We got the same feature up here, going like this. Got this feature going like this. And we got a feature going like that, and then it swings. Go back there. We got an angle right there, going this way, and this one is going that way. This one is going that way, and we can go all the way down here. Let's see what the heck is this? What is it supposed to be? It's not pixels, because pixels, they're uniform. They're all the same size. And here we've got something that reminds me of a triangle, right there, going in like this. Can you even see these lines? I got a hard time seeing them, to be honest. Oh, a little better now. But there's a lot of it. It's just bizarre looking. And again here, as I say, they come in threes. They're often found lying in a straight line or a little obscure from each other, kind of like the Orion's belt, but they often come in threes all over the place. And here again, right there, we got line, line, and line. Don't know if you can see that, because I got a hard time myself seeing the lines. It's not too clear. Why can't I get it in the right color, so it's really standing out what I'm doing? Well, we're trying with green. Does that help? Oh, that's just hopeless. What the heck is going on here? What about that one more solid? Oh, yeah. Choose that one. Okay, let's take the next one. We don't have that many left. We have 69. I stop at 103, and we're not going to save any of this. And then another original, and I don't know what it is. It's just strange looking, wouldn't you say? There's a lot of stuff here. Look at all these dots. What are all these dots? But look here, right there. This is a very interesting area. How about that? What is that? You see all these right there? I mean, let me put it in a box for you. It's right there. And the color just oh man, how do I do this? How about purple? You see this? In this area here? Look at all these lines in here. It's a grid. And it's literally everywhere. Man, I mean, if I should draw it as a straight line going like this, and there's this one going like that, There's one going like this and going over. A straight line there, going down. You can't even see it. But you can see all these things here. And let's say backwards, because that was just garbage I got out of that. Here it is. And go back again. Get the green out. And what is wrong with these colors? What about down there? Yeah, let's try that. Does that work? Yeah, it's a little better. Okay. But what is all this? I mean, I don't know if these are transportation systems, or it is pipelines, or I don't know what that is. I can only guess, but honestly don't have a clue. Other than I can say it is looking very strange. You can see it's hiding in here where if I go back to original, here they are splicing, I believe, the mosaics of the images, and there will probably be a lot of you out there that will be a scoffer and say, well, all these images is fake. Well, I have a hard time believing, shut up train, that NASA is going to sit down and put 4.8 million images together into a mosaic to show the surface of the moon. That I have a hard time to wrap around my head how extensive that work would be. And yet, when you look at the images, you cannot run from the fact that they are hiding something. There is something here. You can clearly see that there is something here, and it's not pixels. There's too many straight angles, straight lines on angles, and it's not pixels. Now we're talking pixels. You see they're uniform, right? That's pixels. Same size, cubes or squares. And then this one, this is the original, all littered with blue geppos. And already down here in this area we are scoping something is there, right? Let's zoom it out again and then go back. And there's a high concentration of these domes in areas. They're not just, you know, all over the place. They're kind of like, there's a system to it. There's a reason for why they're there. They also come in twos, threes and twos, and sometimes in a string of pearls like here. You see that? So I'm going to take the other one there that I manipulate a little, and if you look here, now what are we looking at right there? Does that look natural to you? It don't to me. Why is there two straight lines here and then the rest of them are domes or circular shapes? Why is that? And here we got a I don't know, what do they call quantahots? Quarter circles? That might be the entrance to it. I don't know. But there's a lot of those up on the moon, quasi-hots or quarter-hots. And we're a little too close. Back to normal. But you see it right here in this area. Right there too. Very concentrated. And this don't make sense to be natural. It just don't. I don't know if you can do anything with this image. See if you can pull something out. I don't think we can play with it. Nah, no good. But this one over here, that one don't leave any question to me. Oh, I need to cancel that one. And here we got another original. Whatever that is. Sorry for the noise. Need to correct my position, but look there. Right there. That is perfectly natural. Right square, following right here, and forking out into two. Unfortunately, we got part of the mosaic splice right there, so we can't see how it ends up. But this is connected to each other. No question about that. And I don't know if well, I can look at that after this. So let's zoom out again. And this is the original, so here I just did a little levels on it just to pull it out, and I don't get much result on it other than this is right in your face. And don't know what this down here is, but you can see they are in groups. They're not just, you know, random. They are always bundled. They're always together, and that I find hard to believe is natural. Very hard. But there's something here. Question about that. Let's go further up. See, that just become too bright. Nah. Next one. And this is an original too. Not much to write home about, yet there is. Because here again we got a tube hanging above the ground. You can see the shadow from it. This is some strange stuff. So let's go to the manipulated one, because I actually wanted to look at this right here. There's a horseshoe shape, and there is a lot of two on the moon. Another horseshoe shape. There's a lot of these. I don't know why. They must like horseshoes. And let's zoom out. Will you see this thing here? In over the ground, and you can see the shadow from it. It is some strange stuff. And there is something here. Okay, I don't know if I can pull on it. Brighten it up a little. Nah. Ain't much I can do. Some pictures are easy to work with, and some of them are hopeless. See if anything shows up. Nah, not really. And yet there is. You look right there. Again, a plateau with a building standing on it, another plateau with a building standing on it, and here again, this bright spot, don't know what is, very luminous, but it's all over the place. And I got, as I said, I got 16,400 to go through, and if I had to sit and analyze every single image, oh man, I'll have a problem. Down here again, what is up with these shapes? What is up with these systems? You can't see it, but I can, and I'm not matrixing it. They're there. Some of it is clear and some of it is not, but this is very clear. There's something going on here again. Almost there. Got 5 left, and here I turned it into a grayscale, just for the fun of it. And if we look up here, what is that? Dome, 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 big dome, box, 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 more boxes, more boxes, box. What about down here? Square. Chat. And what about right there? Look at that. See that? It looks like an L. You see that? These are boxes. Strange. Okay, next one. Original. Nothing to see other than these are peculiar. They got this jebel color. And it makes me think that this dome with a cut top on it is highly illuminated by the sunlight right here, and this is why reflecting and overpowering the optics on the Clementine mission's camera. But on the shadow side, the jebel color is appearing. So the sunlight is coming from there to the moon. And already up here we see that something is going on. You see that? Boxes everywhere, all over the place. So they're not everywhere, but they are there. And if we go closer in here, what is going on underneath this blur? Look at these straight. Just look at it. Ah, man, that hurt. That was my jaw. And up here, but there's certainly something in here behind this splice line or blur line. I don't know what it is. Either it's where they are splicing or they are blurring it. There's a lot of these on the surface, a ton of them, and I am not so sure. This is all the pictures I just did, so I would have to go in folders, and I would have to go in Moon Geo, new folder, and see if I have an image of the surface. No, I don't. But you can see here, that's the blue jebel. This is Greece. It's all over the place in Greece, this particular color. Don't ask me why, but they like this color. It has a meaning to them. It's a beautiful color, and it's a color that is in. And here's the crystal blue jebel, and they're trying to mimic that with the blue LEDs you see in stereos and all kind of electronics today. It's blue. And here it is, Jebel Ali, symbolizing a dragon. Huh, yeah. Blue blood, blue line, you know, the royal family, blue bloods. This is no coincidence. And it's no coincidence that these blue colors are found everywhere on the moon, all over the place. In some areas look like there's thousands of them. I mean, it's just staggering how many there are in one image alone. So this was a manipulated one, and Here is another one of them, and you can clearly see that there are structures sitting here. There are distinct pattern in it. This is not random. Look at that. Right there. Here. Here. And there. Boxes. 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 More boxes. Blue jebel. Not a coincidence. Why would it be a dragon? Look at it. It's a complex. Even though it's not yet going to pixels now, you can clearly see there's something here. This is not natural. It cannot be. God don't create straight lines. Period. Here's another. Not really anything to see here either. This is an original. I think this is the second last one. So let's take the manipulated one, and now everything changes, right? You can see elevations in the image, and again you see boxes. You see boxes everywhere. Right there, look at that. Look at those squares, straight lines. Over there. It's like there's a hole in the ground here, and they're connected to each other. And in there is a blue box, blue jebel box, another blue jebel something. And there's a lot of blue jebels here, and there's another one. There are many places. I will come to images where you will see that. Literally thousands of them. I think this is second last. And look at that one there. It's above ground, casting a shadow. Oh, that's natural. That's perfect. No, it's not even a tree, because there's no trees growing now. Right, look at that. We've got squares. Up here, look at this area here. You see it? Tons of it. You see all the outlines. This is structure. I mean, I have to be able to pull out that somehow. So if we darken it a little, just a tad. You see it's coming out better now? Just a little. You see it? And this is some kind of bridge. There's a shadow underneath it. Let's just stay there. And do a pointer tool instead. What does that actually do? Path selection tool? I have no idea what that is. No clue. No. Can't say I do. But you can clearly see up here that there is something going on. It's not random. Right there too. And here again, that way, going down and then going around and going back. And that one is strange. Don't know what that is, other than it's suspended above ground. And I believe this one is a building too. Believe. And here again, there, more cubes or boxes right there. You can see underneath the blur there is absolutely structure. And look at that right there. I don't think I can zoom in on that one without destroying it. What's that? What is that? Just look at this. This is perfectly natural. All of it. Nothing to see here, right? Look at the outline. It's like cities. I mean, I don't know if they walk on the surface or this is something they have on the surface that serves a purpose, but they are underneath the ground, most likely. Don't know. But they are there for a reason. And oh, we got one more. And here I manipulated it. And you clearly see there, let's do this, right there is above ground. And it's connecting to a structure. So let's zoom on it. See that? That's bizarre. Very bizarre. This is just mind-blowing. It's right in your face. Here again, where I can't really get anything good out of it, but again we can see there is a hint of something that is definitely not natural. And right there, it is in a sloped area. You can see that with the naked eye, even if the image is a 2D. And here again we got an original. That's the last one. Look at all that. Blue gerbils, lots of them. Lots of blue gerbils. Horseshoe. Snake. Another snake. And a long snake. Tube going above ground here, lifting up here, over here too. It's just nuts. Boxes, lots of boxes. This is not natural. Here you can see there's an outline of something here. There's a system to this. Kind of look like a refinery place, like you would see in Houston, where they got tanks standing in an area. Even though it's a little pixelated, that's definitely something to see here. This is just crazy. Look how I mean, if I zoom out to natural there, and I'm telling you from there to there is 90 miles approximately, 89.3 miles. Now how many pieces of that is there? That would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces out of it. So this stretch from there above ground, we can see in the image, is roughly 10 miles above ground. 10 miles. And what is the largest suspension bridge man-made? I think that record is held by Japan for the moment. Denmark, where I'm from, we used to have the longest suspension bridge. It was almost a mile, but Japan was not happy about not being the best. So while we were building our bridge, they started their own construction to connect two islands to each other, and then they beat us with 2 football lanes. Yeah, it's so important. Let's just have some competition. And here again, another 10-mile long stretch, maybe 15 miles above ground tubing, and then it goes down into this complex that sits right there. Now it got too pixelated, but you can see this one is above ground. That's the shadow from it. What is that? What is going on with it? And here manipulate the image, see if I could pull anything out. And let's start down there in the bottom. And again right there, look at that. See that? That's the structure. Here's a horseshoe. Here's the snake. Here's the refinery. You can kind of see it's defined. Kind of like it goes like this, down, and then it goes up, and then it goes in. See that? So this is a grouping of some sort. And here you see different elevations, but it still looks like a snake. Again, here we got a grouping of stuff. We got a grouping of something here, lots of squares in it, boxes. See that? 2 boxes, box, 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 box. They're everywhere. And all the blue jewels. And I don't know if you can do anything with this image. Anything further. I can try and darken it a little. See if anything pops out. Here's another. You see, when it's not, when it's fully exposed, you don't really see it. But if you look down now, it is kind of like this blue jewel. Either it's a powder, or wow, I didn't even see that one. Now that one is coming out. Look at that, right there. Box sitting on it, and square, 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 and then it goes out to something fiddly hood. And then we've got a grouping of stuff right there. And this is the last image. And down there we got something that I can't get close enough to see what is, but there is something there. But look how it's glowing, shining. Either it's, I don't know. I mean, imagine a mine area where they're digging down, and they gotta do something with what they're digging out, so they're throwing it or depositing around the dig area. Look at that square right there, glowing. Look at that. Wow. And you do see stuff when you do a little more to it. And here again, it comes and freeze. And lots of squares up here again. A box. Perfectly natural. Boxes can come in nature everywhere. See that on planet Earth? They're all over the place. They just pop up. And this one looks like, I don't know, if they are connected to each other in some way. It looks like a shadow, something is hovering in the air above it. Nah, let's not play with that. When you see that stuff here, you can clearly see it's not natural. There's too many angles right there, going down there. Down here in this area too. More of these angles. Now I just killed this one off. But there, look. This simply just everywhere. So that was the last image, but I'm not all done. See, I took a picture here. Let's see what that is. That's a manipulated one, I'm pretty sure. I did something with this. But again, we see here, in this area here, lots of squares, lots of angles. Not that many boxes, but there's too many angles. There's a box there, and there's a box there, that's for sure. Another box. So this image is not really, you know, oh, there's a triangle. That's also normal. So, let's see, before we end this, and this is just, this messes me up, because there's a thing up on the moon that is exactly like this thing. That thing. And where did we do with it? There it is. It's right there. What the heck? And look at all the blue jewels everywhere here. Lots of them. Let's see if we can go in Photoshop and do something with that one. I think I already did. That's the original. Yeah, I already did. That was in the last video, or the video before this. Let's see. Let's do some contrast. See, there's some weird colors. Can't really do anything about it. But it does look like, you know, it freaking looks like a snake biting its own tail. This is so strange. Kind of look like a worm, divided in sections. Can we zoom on this one? Get anything good out of it? Okay. This is bizarre. Gotta admit that. This is so weird looking. Just crazy. And just for your information, this is my calculations of all the images and so on. There might be some small variations depending on where I am on the surface. If I'm out there on the sides, I don't have as many images, and they might be a tad smaller, so we might be down at 3,500 square miles, but that's still a freaking large picture, large area to view. So, and this one too, just mind-blowing, right? I mean, what the if is an image of a face sitting right there for. Now that's perfectly normal, right? Totally normal. I mean, I'm not matrixing this, you can see it. That is a face etched into the surface. This is nuts. Just bloody nuts. Uh-oh. Clockwise. Going that way. Okay. Let's pull this one in Photoshop for it. Okay, it's showing correctly. Okay, let's see. Let's just end it with this one. Let's see if we can check down the exposure a little. See, that face is just standing in Oh, he's right there. So now I'm killing a lot of the light from the outside. See if there's anything in the vicinity. See, we got something sitting right there. We got this eye, we got the horns, the beak, another eye. It looks like an eye. I'm kidding you not. But I'm more interested in see if there's anything interesting around in the area. Like here. There's something here, lots of squares. Lots of signs of intelligent design. Some of it is simply just too fuzzy. Oh man, I wish they were crystal. That would have been so good. But this is what we could get online. 2 more blue jewels right there. Why not? Lots of them. All over the place. Down here, there's something here. What's that? Nah. Well, that will be over and out. I'm gonna look at some more pictures at some other point in time. Maybe tomorrow I'll take another random column and go through them, a handful of them. So that will be over and out, and God bless you.